What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ChimiComicsCast. Welcome to quarantine.
Yep.
We are in lockdown.
Thank you for joining us.
We are all trapped together in Riley's basement
It's true. It's true.
with the food buckets.
On a serious note, we hope that all your family and friends and your job security and all that, this is really scary times and there's a lot of uncertainty in our country right now. So we do hope and we pray for everyone who watches these videos that you're safe and that we're here for you and we'll keep putting up content, try to keep you entertained, keep your mind off things. That's what we'll be here for.
Yeah.
So, hope you guys are doing great. But, how does every comics cast start? Well, hopefully it starts with an intro by me, which is, welcome to the ChimiComicsCast. I'm your host, Tanner Kirby, alongside my friends and Mr. Chimicomics himself, Riley Davis.
Hello.
As well as the man to my left, the man who's never wrong, Wyatt Smith.
I'm just happy to not have coronavirus.
Oh my. Now let's get a little drum roll. How do we start every comics cast? And that is, what have we read this month? Whoever would like to start may start.
I mean, Riley's gonna have a big one.
I do have a really big one.
Okay, well, I'll
So
start.
let's-
I finished Rise of Kylo Ren. It was decent.
Good.
Decent. It had a good ending, which I liked.
Did the Knights of Ren do anything?
Not really.
Okay.
No, not really. He kills Ren,
Yeah.
the leader of the Knights of Ren, which you kind of figured that since Ren was the leader of the Knights of Ren, and then he becomes Kylo Ren. So, obviously, he takes over for the Knights of Ren. Ren is kind of taunting him. He's like, oh, you can't kill anybody, blah, blah, blah. You can't kill anyone. You're a coward, blah, blah, blah. And then Kylo kills him, if I'm
As you do.
remembering it right. And then we also get the Emperor and Snoke in Kylo's head, which is cool. And it's the Emperor from Rise of Skywalker, and he's like, do it. So that's cool. I appreciated seeing him. And those Jedis that had been chasing Kylo the whole time, they're all dead now, so that's cool.
Yeah, no more Jedi.
No more Jedis of Luke,
Stupid. So
which is cool.
stupid.
And then we just have Kylo taking over the Knights of Ren, and that's how it ends. I also finished Darth Vader issue 2.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah?
Still continuing the whole Padme is alive little
Yeah.
thing. And what I realized is... What? So anyways, so Padme is alive. It's continuing that arc. And what's revealed in this one is that it's not Padme.
shocker.
It's Keira Knightley.
Really?
What?
So you remember the Star Wars movies, how she had
The body double?
the body doubles?
Oh.
She's one of the body doubles that just happens to look just like Padme. So that's what is revealed in this one. So it's kind of a bummer because it's like, oh, you kind of faked me out here. But it was still
Does
good.
Vader kill her?
No,
He doesn't?
nope. She actually comes with him and they're going somewhere. I don't remember.
His
Anyways,
side piece.
yeah,
You're
basically.
gonna continue it though.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far. I like it.
It's monthly, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was like the Kylo Ren one was, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, reading that right now, it's still pretty good.
If
I like
you
it.
want to stay current with anything, you're just gonna have to do digital for now. Really,
Yes. Comics are dead.
that's just how it's going. Fly it with that crisp salute.
But that's all I've read this month. Haven't really gotten the chance, been watching the news and
You've
playing
you've
video games.
Too busy getting those victory royales.
I
man.
know, man. That Call of Duty. Your boy.
You got two now.
They call
Me and
me
Tanner got
Cheeto
one.
Fingers.
They call you Cheeto Fingers.
Cheeto Fingers.
Me and Tanner have one win. He's got a couple with the other group. He's
You
been
have
cheating
one?
on us.
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
have one win, and then I have two wins with Riley and not Riley,
Not me.
with Ben and Scott.
Riley has 0 wins.
Me and Kellen got to 6th the last night.
You and Kellen did?
Yeah,
I didn't know she played stuff like
I
that.
made her download it.
Oh.
It's free.
On
yeah.
the phone.
No,
Computer?
on the PS4. She has PS4.
Oh, she does.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she downloaded it. She
Yes,
didn't like
we
it.
know an actual
She didn't
gamer
like it.
girl.
She was scared. It was really funny because somebody came in the house that we were in, and she just was like, ah! and then died. But we got to 6th, so that was good.
That's
Was
not-
she alive when you got to 6th?
No.
Yes, she was like right before we died.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, she was trying to revive me, and then she got shot.
Oh. As it happens.
Yep, and then since it was the later rounds, I couldn't get revived. But that is beside the point. Wyatt, what have you read?
I have not read anything really, except for Halo: The Fall. Not Fall of Reach. I've read a Halo.
Get off the cast!
Okay. I've read Operation First Strike, which is our next Novel Nook episode.
3.
Yeah, number 3 in the Halo series.
The Strike of the First.
Yeah.
I will be starting that probably this coming week.
Yeah. I've watched some things. I've just been catching up on some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because Riley is going to talk about that. It's great.
I did. It's something. I'll tell you.
Oh my god! And but really, what I've been spending a lot of time on is getting into a full playthrough of my favorite game, which I try to do once a year. Fallout. Yeah, I just do. I love this game.
You do that once a year?
I do that with Uncharted 3.
That's a big undertaking for once
is.
a year, though.
And I like.
That's a big game, yeah.
Since I'm
Uncharted
gonna
3
be.
I can get through in like 4 hours.
Yeah,
maybe.
yours is just like some missions. But
Yeah.
this
Mine,
is like,
I can put. I think right now, I could probably put 150 hours in before I do the final quest. There's a lot of content in Fallout New Vegas because I have all 4 expansions that I always play
are
through.
they ever going to remaster that?
What is it?
Fallout New Vegas,
Probably not, since it was made by
Obsidian. Yeah,
I could see them doing like a Fallout.
there is a
3
mod.
and
There's
4.
a modding team that are recreating Fallout New Vegas in Fallout 4's engine, called Fallout 4 New Vegas, and they have released a lot of updates, trailers, and it looks really good.
How would you gain
What?
access? Oh, it's a mod.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
a
mod, it's
mod,
free.
but the thing is, when it comes to stuff like that, every time I hear about these big mods, and I'm so excited for
Doesn't
them,
work
like,
out.
no, they always get like cease and desist from like, the makers of the game.
No. See, they were gonna. That was gonna happen because they were gonna use audio from Fallout New Vegas, and Bethesda was like, no. They went, okay, Bethesda, we'll just record everything ourselves, and they released the first 10 minutes of the game of you creating your character, and the dude they got to do the voice of Doc Mitchell, who's the dude who wakens. He takes care of you after you get shot in the head in Good Springs. You're the courier.
Chandler Bing is the villain in the game, isn't he?
No, it's Matthew Perry's actually the guy who
Yes.
shoots you in the
So
head.
Chandler Bing.
That's
Yeah.
him.
Oh yeah, from Friends. Yes.
Yeah.
So Chandler Bing.
Ring a ding, baby. Pretty much
Yeah.
what he is. But yeah.
Forgot my fact in Fallout lore. That's cool that like I remember they were making Knights of the Old Republic. They were gonna remake that whole game and make it HD, and it looks so cool. They were like
I mean,
remaking
this is kind of
Terrace
a good time for mods like this because I mean,
Cancel.
there's been a mod in the making for like 11 years. It was gonna recreate Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2's
Oh, Black Mesa,
engine.
I
Black
played that.
Mesa. Yeah, I'm looking to get that on.
I played that.
You did?
Speaking of mods, apparently Wyatt was in tears this morning when I showed him that video of the world
Yeah,
in Minecraft.
the world and they made a full on 1x1
The world.
the world.
Yeah, we
planet
can't
Earth
find a
in
freaking cure for
Minecraft.
this coronavirus. Make the damn
But
world.
apparently it used to be really limited, and now it's like way bigger
Yeah.
than it used to be.
It's insane
In Minecraft, that is.
in Minecraft.
Which
Minecraft.
Riley has never played, I don't think.
No.
I played a little.
I've spent maybe a total of an
remember
hour and a half on that game.
Ben played
in my
that game
life.
for so long.
Yeah.
I got into it for a little while, just on like my handheld systems, because that's a good time
Yeah.
waster.
Yeah, it's like I said,
You didn't get Animal Crossing, by the way?
No,
Okay.
that
not my
Caitlin
thing.
would probably like
I was
it.
about to say, Caitlin would love Animal
Yeah.
Crossing.
not my thing.
Yeah, not my thing either.
Mainly with that kind of stuff, I'm into like the main Nintendo, like Mario and
Zelda.
Yoshi.
You never played
I don't
Zelda?
like
he never,
Zelda.
he never played Zelda.
Played Zelda.
Kirby.
How do you know you don't like it?
Platformer.
Yeah.
And Pokemon.
Even though it's the same game every year.
Man. It is.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
good,
actually probably going to do another playthrough, but I'm going to do something I've never done before. And I've played through the game. There's 4 different endings. You can choose which faction that's vying for the Mojave and the city of New Vegas, who you want to support, and who gets control of the region. And I usually like to pick the New California Republic just because they're cool. I like them.
You're gonna be the Caesar people.
I am. I'm gonna do a Caesar's Legion playthrough my
Yeah.
first time. I'm gonna make an evil character. I'm gonna
There you
do
go.
evil things. I'm gonna be a terrorist to the NCR. I'm gonna probably do melee too, which I usually hate doing. I love using guns. Like my character right now uses lever action rifles and pistols.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever play Mass Effect?
I did.
I figured you did.
He loves Mass Effect.
I figured. I played the first game. I bought the collection or whatever it was on PS3.
First game is vastly different. It has a lot
I know,
more
'cause
RPG elements.
I know you could use a pistol, and that was like the best class.
Yeah, engineer, because all
Yeah.
the overpowered abilities. You got
know.
just strip all their shields with overload, and then tech mines, all this other
I
stuff.
played that game, the first game, and I remember my goal was to be the biggest dick in the galaxy.
You can so often with
it
Renegade.
was so funny.
I'm
Oh,
tired
it's
of
so
your disingenuous assertions.
I like
Punch
yeah,
out a reporter.
The first scene was like me punching a girl in the face,
Yeah,
and I would flirt with anyone,
exactly.
no matter their sex.
Or
Instant
race.
flirt.
Or race.
Yes, instant flirt, just like in Knights Old
Knights of the Old
Republic.
Republic,
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Tanner
We need to
loves
get
old
back
Bad
into
Lore.
that. That was good.
Yeah.
I had a good time with that. All right, Riley, let's get into your pile.
Okay, so I guess I'll start with
My man's got a notepad. I want that to be known.
Right, this is my digital stuff, and my physical stuff's over here.
He's had a lot of time on his hands.
Mm-hmm.
I read Superman Red Sun for the first time, and also watched the new movie
Oh,
with
you
it.
did?
After I read
watched
it,
it without us. I understand.
it's okay.
With the steelbook
Is this
case.
going to be part of the Superman
It's the
review?
steelbook case.
I love that
No.
cover. That's cool.
The back,
With Blattman.
yeah, Bliatman.
That's really. This is not your case. This is our case.
Yeah, exactly. So
I served the Soviet Union.
I did read the book first, so my opinions are going to be more skewed toward the book.
Mhm.
But I will say that they're both good, and you should enjoy both. There's no reason for you to pick one.
Does this one
over
go on
the
any
other.
wild tangents? Like,
How do you mean?
like changing a villain completely or changing anything completely?
Not in a way that you would
Yeah, not
think
like Batman
wouldn't-
Hush.
that wouldn't happen.
So not Hush.
No.
Okay, good.
This deviates from the original story, but not in a way that would make you angry or that doesn't make sense, really. Okay. So in the book, you've got Superman. He's still good to the core, but
He's
been
just
raised,
a communist.
He's been raised a communist. Like his rocket. The premise of Red Sun is the rocket lands 12 hours later, so the world is turned to the other side, and he lands in the Ukraine, and grows up on a farm there with a girl named Lana something. It's Lana Lang, but she's Russian.
Hello, Superman.
Yeah,
It
he
is I, Comrade Lana Lane.
His voice in
There's
the movie
only
is so
Metro.
good. It's
Really?
Nothing
really good.
Is it like that?
Yeah,
That's
it
amazing.
is.
I was hoping they'd keep his like normal
No,
voice.
he flirts
You know-
with Wonder Woman.
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
I've heard not
She's
so
a
good
lesbian,
reviews
I think.
about the movie, but you should definitely watch it. It's good.
She's a lesbian in Russia.
Who?
Wonder Woman, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she
In
is.
Russia?
She's not in Russia.
She's still
famous
Amazonian. Yeah.
Okay, but
An all-girl
Karen.
society.
She
yeah.
is still her own person, but she interacts with Superman just like she does.
I'm
in
just
the
saying,
comics.
if
He
she was in
flirt-
Russia and she was a lesbian, she would get killed.
No, she's not in Russia. She's an ambassador for Themyscira to Russia.
Okay.
She's
either
got
way.
diplomatic
So she's
immunity.
not Russian.
Okay, I understand. So Hammer, you can't sue. Can't touch me.
Yeah, Superman flirts with her. She's like, I bat for the other
So
team.
in this
Nice.
reality, Lex Luthor is married to Lois Lane.
Mm-hmm.
He has hair. He's very attractive.
I mean, isn't all Supermans very attractive?
All looks
And
Luthor's.
Wonder Woman has this cool suit
Especially
where
Gene
it's not
Hackman.
gold. The eagle's not gold. It's black. So it's very
It looks more Russian.
USSR.
Yeah.
And of course, you got Superman with the hammer and sickle on the chest.
I love it.
And where it really differs from the book a lot is where in the book, like I told you, Superman is still the same good at heart, but he just has different political views, right? So he still wants the good for all the people, but he doesn't know. He just sees a different way of accomplishing it because he's grown up with these views, and he's also like the right hand man to Joseph Stalin.
Mm-hmm.
So
Not a good guy.
yeah. But in the movie, he actually kills Stalin. Like, he vaporizes him with his eyes and becomes the new premier.
That's cool.
Yeah. But he did not do that at all in the book. Stalin, I can't remember, he got killed somehow by some, I think it was the Batman that killed him. But in the book, Superman was very reluctant to take that leadership mantle. But, you know, he's like, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to help people. I don't want to be behind the scenes, you know, doing all this stuff. I want to actually go out there and help people. So in the book, it takes him seeing Lana again for the first time in 20 years, I guess. She's in one of those soup lines, and she can't get anything to eat for her 2 kids. And he's like, feed this woman first, you know, she's been waiting here all day, she's hungry. And the other people are like, hey, we're hungry too, we haven't eaten either. And he's like, all of you are hungry? And he sees how the system doesn't work.
Yeah.
So then that's when he decides to become the premier, right?
To change it.
Exactly.
To establish democracy?
And also, he does...
Well, they didn't vote for him.
He
Good point.
makes all of the world, except for the U.S. and Chile.
Why Chile?
I don't know. It's just random. But everyone's communist except for those 2 nations. And it was all accomplished without bloodshed.
Huh.
It was just Superman going on like, hey, this is the best plan, this is what you should do, and they did it.
He gets to America. This illegal alien has came here, and he said that we should be communist. I said, no,
No
we
deal.
got the best country. We don't need your help.
We don't need it.
We gotta get
The
rid
greatest country.
of these aliens.
Believe me. Believe me.
But like, so he's turned the whole world communist by 1980 something, and that is when Luther becomes president and starts to turn everything around, right? So he's president. And by the way, by this time the U.S. economy was in shambles.
Yeah.
They were very, very bad off. But Luther helped to kind of bring the economy inward, so they were not participating in any world trade with any other nation. Everything was made in the U.S., and it turned out that the U.S. had the best economy ever since its inception. So Luther was able to do that. He had 100% approval rating, and basically the best president to exist. And then he enlists this Green Lantern Marine Corps, right? So at this point, Hal Jordan is like a captain.
Don't spoil
or
this
something.
for me. Just kind of give me cliff notes, because I'm very interested now.
Okay, fine.
GOMC.
That's the concept.
Okay, cool.
I've explained a lot of what happens.
I know you did, but that just hooked me right there.
Okay.
Green Lantern Marine Corps.
What hooked you? The Green
Lantern
Lanterns?
Marine Corps and the Lex Luthor being president and
And
stuff.
being awesome with 100% approval rating.
So, I don't remember exactly when they did President Luthor, but I guess this was the first time.
I love the idea of, they kind of do it in All-Star Superman too, where Lex Luthor,
Okay.
well, I mean, they hint at, Superman tells him, basically, Luthor, imagine what would have happened, how much good you could have done if you hadn't been so obsessed with me.
Okay.
And, that kind of makes me think of, how good have Lex been?
Yeah. In the main DC continuity, back in the 90s or 2000s, I think, he was the president.
Yeah, I remember.
In regular canon.
Yeah, I remember.
So, I guess this came first. I think.
Yeah.
Because he started writing in 95. I don't know. Could have been around the same time period. I really don't know. But, sorry, I gave away a lot. But
That's fine.
Also, Batman is not Bruce Wayne in this. He's just some Russian kid whose parents were killed in the one of the gulags.
Ooh.
He's Vladimir
So
Putin.
he hates communism, all of it. So he is
A terrorist.
yes, he is a terrorist, but he's really cool.
Yeah, of course he is. He's
a
black.
cool
He's
terrorist.
Really cool.
Blattman.
But he doesn't have a problem with killing people because he's not actually Batman. So
He's Blattman. He blows up a museum.
So that's right, son. I'll briefly mention that Fallout comic that me and Wyatt just did a recording on.
All roads.
If you're a Fallout fan, I would check it out.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Fallout fan, so I wasn't too thrilled about it. But
He was like, it's now.
yeah. But I was more intrigued by the whole concept that Wyatt was familiarizing me with. of the Fallout universe because I don't know anything about it. But the comic really didn't do much for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Right quick, I read Thanos Rising by Jason Aaron. And this came out like, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe longer. But it's basically like the origin story of Thanos. You know, you watch him grow up from a child. Apparently, when he was born, his mother tried to kill him because she could see the evil in his eyes. And she grabbed, right after he was born, grabbed a scalpel and tried to stab him. And the father stopped her, and she was put into an insane asylum.
That's
Doesn't
the plot
that- yeah.
to, what's it called?
Didn't Thanos then, for a good bit, just try
I can't think of what it's called.
matricide?
It's the movie where he's like, "It's all for you, Damien."
Oh,
That
The
one.
Omen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to
Yeah,
stab him.
you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that did happen. That's a really freaky movie.
I know, it's a good movie.
I hate that
It's
movie.
all for you.
Oh my gosh. But like, you watch Thanos grow up, and he's not a troubled child at all. He's actually really intelligent. He's
purple.
he gets along with other children. He looks different, but they don't treat him bad. Like, they don't make fun of him and stuff. Because Titan is apparently like a utopia.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any violence. Murder is not even a concept. And
Until Thanos comes along.
yeah, exactly. But he's like, he sees this girl that kind of follows him around, and you never catch her name really. She's kind of mysterious.
Is it Death?
She never interacts with any of the other children. So later on, you find out that she is Death.
Look at me, Wyatt. Look at me.
But everybody thinks, including his father, thinks that he's hallucinating this, and she's not real, right? But she's like, I will only love you if you give up everything and kill all these people, and, you know, then we can be together. But then, by the time he does that, he doesn't care anymore. He doesn't even like her. So,
Typical.
exactly.
I put all this work in.
Yeah, but because of her,
Thanos got cucked by Deadpool in canon.
Fair enough.
like, he could never really feel true feelings toward anyone. He fathered, like, a bunch of children.
Trying to.
Yeah. And,
Like, he would look at the kid and be like, I feel nothing for you.
Exactly.
And then he would be out.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a really interesting story. I really am not the biggest Thanos fan, but this was good. It was a fun read. It was only 5 issues, I think. And one thing I do want to mention, I read a big stack of my single issues to catch up this month, but one issue in particular I want to mention, and I don't want to spoil a lot because you guys haven't been reading it, but it's Batman Curse of the White Knight, number 7. So this is the successor to White Knight, Batman White Knight, by Sean Murphy. And I told you the concept of this book is like, there's a really old story of the Waynes and the I can't think of their name, but it's the Templar people, like Azrael and all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a big old conflict between the Waynes and those people, and you know, Bruce is a descendant of the Waynes, and that guy, Azrael, is a descendant of them. Well, they're getting into a fight now over this conspiracy about Gotham. Well, apparently there was a village that was put underwater and forgotten about, so that this guy could take over Gotham. And I'll just say, in this particular issue, someone in this book is not who you thought they were. And it's probably going to hit you out of left field, and you won't be expecting it.
What's
I'm
that
gonna put
reporter
on my-
lady's name?
Reporter lady?
Yeah, there's some reporter lady in
I don't know.
Batman.
Vicky Vale?
Vicky Vale. It's Vicky Vale.
No, she's not in it.
Damn.
I'm going to put on my detective
My
hat as I
first
read it.
question.
I really want to tell you this because it's so crazy, but it's worth the payoff.
Okay, I want to read it anyways because I read the first book.
Yeah, number 8 comes out. I'll be getting it in the mail soon.
Yeah.
It's
Question.
the mail's running.
What is this? So, you know, the Scott Snyder Batman run spiritual successor comic thing that they're doing
The
now?
Last Night on Earth?
Yeah. Have you been reading that?
there's 3 like double-sized issues. I have them, but I planned on reading them today actually, but I didn't get time.
Gotcha.
So I will read those soon.
Gotcha. I was wondering what your thoughts on that was.
Yeah, I am excited though. Right quick, I also read My Hero Academia, Vigilantes. number 6. A little bit more of the same here. You get a little bit of All Might. You get Mr. Aizawa.
Yep.
And they're fighting these people that are affected by this drug called Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically amps up your quirk, which is your powers. Most people are born with a quirk. So like the main character, Koichi, he has this like sliding glide quirk, where if he touches a surface, he can just glide across.
He needs 3 points of contact.
It's just that kind of thing. Well, actually, not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah. True, yeah.
But apparently there's these people that have been trying to spread Trigger to more people. And in this volume, they find out a way to give it to people like a roofie in their drink instead of a shot. So
just people
that's where we
going
are in the
crazy.
story. And apparently there's this guy who's like really super fast, and he can punch somebody 8 times at the same time.
So it's hit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really cool. But yeah. Not a lot happens in each volume, but it like keeps building, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not really a lot to talk about here. But I am
Where's my
excited.
payoff?
Yeah.
The payoff is midnight.
And lastly,
Oh my gosh,
I
you're
read
actually reading
this?
Yeah.
JoJo's
Oh my
Bizarre
God.
Adventure
Yes.
Part 1.
What a bunch of nerds.
You don't know anything about this.
Nerds. Lame as
My
shit.
overall
This is so
thoughts.
awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just kidding.
My overall thoughts. I saw this in the library and I was like, why not? I don't see myself buying these. They're all here. I'll give it a shot. Right? And I didn't really want to watch the anime because, like, somebody would walk in and see this gay stuff.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, what is that? I'd be like, no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. But,
I'm gonna look at one of these.
yeah, see, look at this picture of Dio.
Yes.
Licking his lips. But yeah.
Oh Lord. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
My thought, why you can feel free to chime in about the concept of JoJo, but it's like this guy, his name is Jonathan Joestar. Right?
His dad is...
kind of an asshole.
no, this is a big leaf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like it, but... Yeah, Jonathan, his dad and his mom are in a
Man's
carriage.
all nose.
Yeah. So Jonathan's dad and mom are in a carriage, and they get in an accident, and his mom dies. And this dude named Brando is his last name. What's Dio's dad's name?
I don't remember.
You don't remember
It's not
either?
important.
Yeah. He is robbing, he thinks he's grave robbing them, or corpse robbing, but Jonathan's dad's alive. So Jonathan's dad is like the perfect gentleman, as is Jonathan. They're British, and they're just really nice people. And so they give Brando a bunch of money and stuff for saving their lives. Well, Jonathan's dad's life, and then they just
Basically, he says, hey, if you ever need me, I owe you, right, for saving my life. Yeah, right, that's how it is. So eventually, when Dio grows up and his dad dies because he killed him, he poisoned his own father. Dio then goes to the Joestar
I
mansion.
can't believe they have this in the library.
Oh, they have all kinds of stuff, man. Yeah. They have stuff even more adult than this. And it's all in the children's section.
Are you kidding
All
me?
the manga's in the children's section. And I'm like, this is not okay. Any kid could walk up and see this stuff. But yeah, what are they, like? Not even high school age when Dio shows up, right? But I like the part when they get to high school and they're on the rugby team and they play together. That was cool. JoJo like charged ahead and was about to score, but he was dragging 4 guys on his back.
Yeah.
And he tosses the ball to Dio and Dio scores. And they were like, yeah! Bro moment. Basically, all you need to know is Dio is a very evil bastard,
Yes.
and he is very despicable. for
Dio,
no reason.
it was him. Dio's the one who's making up things and spreading lies about me. Damn you, Dio!
But like, I swear, Tanner, the story is very compelling and it's really good.
But all the dialogue.
But imagine that story in Ultimate Muscle. That's what is going on here. That reminded me so much of Ultimate Muscle. It's so dumb.
Took me hours to roll up my fat.
It's so dumb and ridiculous.
God, can we do like an Ultimate Muscle like rewatch or something? I'm down, man. Hell, I'd watch that whole series again.
Hey, but you got to get on this JoJo.
Here it
stuff
is,
first.
Riley.
It was I, Dio.
I want y'all to know, like, Amazon needs to hurry the
Dio
fuck
Brando.
up with my Invincible series.
Oh yeah,
Like, release it now.
it's even more delayed now.
I feel like it's gotta be, right?
Is it not still in production?
It was supposed to be released in 2020. That's all I know. It says 2020.
It's probably still in production.
God.
Yeah. Probably postponed.
I feel like everything's gonna get pushed back at least a year.
Yeah.
Like 2020 movies will come out in 2020.
All the big movies,
2021 movies will come out in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Oh,
I'm just
my.
curious to see what the comics are gonna be like, because they're, the universes always have a plan for what they're gonna do next, and DC was supposed to do like a big, what was it, the G5 or whatever they called it, 5G, I don't know, where they were gonna like kind of reboot the universe and stuff. I don't know if they're even gonna do that now, because they can't sell the comics. So.
Nobody knows what's happening.
I have no idea what their plan is.
Ain't nobody knows what's happening.
But pretty much, if you just want a stupid anime or manga, whichever, I read the manga. You just want something stupid and fun. This is a good choice. It's worth reading, like it's good, but it's very silly.
Speedwagon, the Meddler.
When he showed up and was doing that hat on his arms, I was like, yeah, I'm starting to see it now. But everybody's so suave and proper because it's in England.
Mm-hmm.
And, Dio's all dressed up and, like, you can tell he uses glitter and perfume
And just
stuff,
all these
and
things
it's
in the
funny.
panels, these like little marks that pop up.
Yeah, that's Japanese.
Not that, yeah.
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 Those are sound effects.
Mhm.
And they have some in English next to them, like, doom, see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just in the
That's in the
language.
anime too. Like it
Yeah,
that shows up in the
yeah.
anime.
Every time they want to put emphasis on something, they'll do the whole thing with the little white marks around it, like,
I will surpass humanity, and I'll use your blood to do it, Jojo.
But it's like any other shonen where the main character has a mentor and he teaches him some power, and he has a rival. So
It was hard coming up with the
it
first.
honestly is right up your alley, Tanner.
Tanner would like this. Yes.
It really is.
It
See,
is.
I was the same way. I was like, never in a million years
How
will
did
I
I
do this.
do that with my eyebrows? Holy shit! I had like some Jack Nicholson eyebrows going on there. I don't know how I did that. Hey there, it's me, Jack Nicholson.
But yeah, I
have so many
had a ton of fun with this, and whenever the library reopens, I will probably go back for part two.
Yeah, you'll have
Part
to
2 is
return
the
them in a month.
greatest. No,
You got 'em for
they'll
a month.
waive all. As long as we're
I
quarantined.
said in a month.
Well, there's a Dropbox I can
Yeah,
put
that's
them
Oh,
in.
how kind of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done with them.
They'll burn them.
You know?
Let's burn them.
Yeah,
God,
but
it's
part
crazy.
2 is when it really gets really good.
See?
Joseph Joestar is amazing.
I really enjoyed part one. I thought it was very good.
Only thing anime related that I've been doing, I've been playing Dragon Ball Kakarot.
Oh yeah.
That's been really good. So far, it's been good.
Where are you at?
Majin Buu arc, very beginning.
Nice.
Boo!
It's in that intermission stage because for whatever reason,
Boo Puppy!
yeah, for whatever reason they do these intermissions between each saga or whatever arc or whatever. I heard that they're adding Battle of Gods as the DLC, so that's cool.
Nice.
I assume they'll add Resurrection F, right?
Yeah.
That was
they
before
should.
Super, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll add those
In
two,
name,
I'm sure.
but it's
Yeah, that's what I mean.
part one of the Super
I
series.
know, they just remade it in Super as a full arc.
Yeah.
It didn't work out as well in the actual show. But yeah.
Riley bought both.
Riley,
I
tell
did.
us more about... So for the main topic, we'll talk about how comics are dying and how we will have no show anymore. We cannot read. Nothing will happen.
never learned to read.
Alright, let me pause. Okay, so comics are not dead. Just want to make that clear.
Don't let them lie to you, Wyatt. They're gone.
Comics are not dead.
Dead. They're killed.
Um,
Murdered.
So I've actually got a few emails from DCBS, who I get my comics from, and
They said, Riley, we're really, really sorry.
I'm sorry.
if you don't know, all comics are distributed through Diamond Comics Supplier.
I am aware. I have talked to them.
Yes.
They're not very friendly.
Sorry, they weren't.
You hear that, executives
I
at
find that
Diamond
shocking.
Comics?
I'm shocked by that.
Tanner
I know
works
who
in
you
logistics
are.
and moving things around and with companies, so
Well, they're a distributor, so it was a hard sell anyways for them.
yeah.
So, they already have...
That's like what they do.
yeah,
That's literally what they do.
they have hundreds of contracts.
They don't
Man.
make the comics. They don't sell the
Yeah,
comics.
they're legit.
Hey man, you need a
distributor.
distributor.
Well, I mean, it was
I heard
just
you like distributors, so I put a
technology play,
distributor
really.
in your distributor.
I mean, it
so
was
you
a-
can distribute.
It was
while
a
you
technology play, more or less, to help them out with their logistics.
Oh.
But yeah, their VP of Ops he wasn't having it with me.
distribute. Did he curse you?
No, he didn't curse
No.
me. He pushed me off to a woman, and then this woman was like,
That's such a bad
"This is
thing.
all the contracts we have," and like listed them out, and I was like, "Thanks."
So they've basically been sending emails like every few days, really. But the main thing they've been saying is that Diamond says Diamond currently has April 1st releases in their warehouse, and although they do not plan to distribute those titles for next week, they are planned to be fulfilled at a later date. So it's basically saying that anything that was supposed to ship after April 1st is going to be delayed until Diamond can come, back to work and get this thing going again. And I'm guessing that DC, Marvel, all these other publishers will have to hold their comics, and not print them yet, obviously. My thoughts are it's probably going to continue through digital sales for now, and those who are really opposed to that will just have to wait a month or two or however long we're quarantined for this. So, for me, I've already pre-ordered these comics and I can't take them back, so I will just have to wait until they can get the comics. But
Now, when you pre-order comics, do you actually put the money down and everything?
yes, I've already paid for these.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
But you're paying like 2 months in advance. Kind of less because they don't charge you until 2 weeks into the next month. So about a month and a half you're paying in advance.
So you have or have not paid for these already?
I have paid for these, yeah.
Damn.
But I mean, they are going to come to me. The comics I've bought so far have already been printed.
Oh,
and they
okay.
have them, right? Diamond has them.
They just don't want all their
They-
diamond staff.
They just
to-
can't distribute them right now. So
Interesting.
yeah.
That's scary. So I assume that every ongoing series is just going to keep coming digitally, right?
I would think that there would be no delay in digital.
Okay.
That you would be able to read this week's comics on digital.
And then the physical
problems.
ones will come later.
Yeah,
Yes.
my main concern is not for the distribution channels and everything. It's for the comic shops.
Yeah, they're going to get shut down.
There's going to be a lot of stores closing.
Well, the thing is, it's with the subscriptions and stuff too. People who have been coming and they pick up their subscription every month. Once they move over to digital, they might not ever come back.
Yeah, this could be a real boost in digital sales, like for a long time.
Yeah, because I mean that's
People
what's
just
going to
switch
have to
to it.
happen.
Yeah. They're like, oh, well, if you can't give me my comics, I'll just go digital, Which, honestly, digital is a good route. I would definitely do it if I could help my comic shop in some way with digital. But Also, my tablet is a good size, but it's not comic size by any stretch.
No, you have the same one as I do.
So it's a little hard to read everything sometimes, especially when you have to do the double page spreads. Those suck on here. So I like getting them physically, number one, because of that, but number two, through DCBS, I'm able to get them cheaper than I would be here. I'm actually paying less to buy the physical comic, which I don't think makes any sense. I don't see why. Honestly, you would think digital sales would not be good at all, because you don't get a comic, you just get, a digital file, and you can't resell that later if you want to get rid of it. So that's why I'm good in print, because I know I can sell them later if I want to make some money, but you have no option here. So, but I do like taking advantage of Comixology sales and getting some good deals sometimes.
There's all these unlimited services too, with the DC Universe, the Marvel Unlimited, and the Comixology Unlimited, and all these companies, they're pushing for people. I know Comixology is doing a 90-day trial now.
Oh yeah.
So you can have it for 3 months and not pay a dime. So that's good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, they'll get a lot of customers through this. It's smart.
They just sent me an email yesterday. It says March pre-orders will still go as normal. So they are going to follow through with the March pre-orders. And they say that the current plan is to put next month's previews up for pre-order like normal on April 4th. So they seem optimistic, but they're also like, hey, you might not get these for a while, so just be warned.
So does Diamond have a monopoly on the comics industry?
They are the only distributor.
Why don't they get more distributors?
Because it's all through Diamond, and that's all they need.
I throw laws against that.
No,
I guess this isn't a high dollar enough.
Yeah,
industry.
there's.
I'll let you know how my call with Marvel goes, and we'll see about that.
Okay. Okay.
We'll see
Alright.
we'll see how many other warehouses and distributors we've got.
No, because when you think about it, if every publisher is going through this one distributor, right?
Yeah.
All the comic shops only have to deal with one distributor. They order on the Diamond website. They don't order from each publisher. They order on the Diamond website.
Yep.
Right? So that makes it way more simple for the store owners and everything to get the comics, right?
That makes sense.
They also are very easy to deal with, I've heard. They're willing to
Not if you're Tanner.
replace damaged items or any missing items or anything like that. So I've heard nothing but good things about Diamond. And I don't think anyone's ever had a problem with them being the only distributor.
Yeah, but when you have a monopoly of stuff, you can charge whatever you want, basically.
You can, but they don't really do anything outrageous.
Yeah.
If they did, I think someone probably would step up and take that business away.
Some swole dude would.
But just the nature of the industry, how it is, it's not like a huge market.
Yeah, and it's not like it's growing exponentially either.
So it's not like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, really.
That's true. You would think with all these movies and TV shows and Netflix series,
there would be a big boom in
There would be a boom.
Yeah, people don't like to read.
I figured that out very quickly.
It's very discouraging because you're like, man, this is really good, but you can only read it. And they're like, eh.
I'm worried.
I read
I'm
Lock
worried
and
for
Key.
civilization as a whole.
Lock and Key. Yeah.
I read Lock and Key, and now that's a Netflix series, and everybody's talking about it. I'm like,
you didn't like it?
Oh no, I did.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they made the show more drama than they did horror, because the book's more horror. But I haven't even watched the show yet. But just hearing other people talk about it, I'm like, I read that.
Ooh, you read? Ooh.
Yeah, it's weird seeing stuff be made into TV shows and stuff, and people don't even know they're even comics.
My thing is, I will tell you that I got into superheroes not through comics, right? I was just with these guys with the animated shows, the movies, But when I discovered comics, I was like, there's a lot of stuff that they can do here that you can't do on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I found myself enjoying those stories more than those big movies that I love. Like, I love the old Michael Keaton Batman movies, right? But there's a lot of stuff you can do that won't ever see the screen.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, though, where I'm very excited to see what they do with it turning into it. It's kind of like you get that fan group of the people who, like, originally found something, and then it's finally getting recognition and turned into, like, a TV show or movie. And you're like, oh, it's finally getting recognition.
Yeah.
People will know what I'm talking about now.
And that we've seen a big boost in that over the past 5 years.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
these random things getting a show.
Everything's getting
Umbrella
a show.
Academy.
Every comic is getting a
Happy. The
show.
unicorn.
Happy was a Grant Morrison comic, wasn't it?
I thought it was someone else.
I think it was
Mark
Morrison.
Miller.
No, yeah, I think you're right. It was Mark Miller, I think.
Is that not a Miller
Morrison
thing?
or it was either Morrison or Miller.
One of those M's.
Millerverse has a deal with Netflix now,
Yeah.
so they'll be getting more shows.
I didn't even know Kingsman was a comic.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I did.
Great movie though.
It is.
That's a fantastic movie. I
love
love
those
that movie.
movies.
But yeah, so comics is in a state of flux. Dan Didio picked a good time to get fired.
Yeah. Not that he chose to.
I mean, it's not like I think the Disney guy, what was his name? Bob Iger. Bob Iger knew this was happening. He had to have. He had to
here's
have
the
known.
thing. Here's the thing. He already planned on stepping down, but with the whole Marvel acquisition and everything, he was like, all right, maybe I should be a part of this and make sure this goes smoothly, right? So he wanted to retire years prior to this. This was the plan all along.
I don't think so. I think he had to have had some
he really
inside
did
knowledge.
talk. He really did
Well,
talk.
you
about
think
retiring.
about like Disneyland China. That was that was his main goal to get open. He sees all this shit happening in China. And he's like, all right, we're ill prepared. I'm hitting the links.
But I'm telling you,
I'm going golfing.
He already planned on retiring years prior to this. He did.
Planned. If somebody put $20 million in front of your face, would you be like, oh, I'll retire?
Yeah.
When you're like at the top of your game.
Exactly, but he wanted to retire years ago, and then they were like, "Hey, we're about to acquire Marvel," and he's like, "Oh, okay, I could be a part of that." So he did.
Wasn't Marvel was like bankrupt?
No, they weren't.
Oh no, this is 2008.
Yeah.
This is when they started the movies and stuff.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, they were on the rise.
They were on the rise.
going up.
You're right.
But
Bankrupt Marvel. Fun times.
the 90s, yeah.
Good times.
Clones.
We were in danger. I'm
Clones.
in danger.
I'm in danger.
Selling of all of the film rights.
Oh my gosh. Now we got some good stuff. We got the Sony
Sam
Marvel.
Raimi. They
Sony.
still got it.
Howard the
Oh,
Duck.
yeah.
Sony's. That was a George Lucas creation.
Blade.
Blade. Ghost Rider.
I love Ghost Rider.
Daredevil.
Not the second one. though.
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
X-Men franchise.
X-Men was
Fantastic
good.
Four, the first two.
Those were good.
Decent.
They were decent.
I mean, it's like the X-Men, it's like, oh, it's an X-Men movie. Okay.
Oh hey, it's Captain America. He was the Human Torch one time. You know?
God, I hope Jackman comes back. That's what I need. I just need
You
good
Jackman?
news. Like I just need I just need some good news here recently. I'm like, if you have something you can give me right now, like with Rocksteady
I
and
will
Warner
take it.
Brothers, like I'm like, just show me. Just say Superman game. That's all I need right now.
Right.
That will keep me alive. I'll keep
Yeah.
going. I won't be so depressed. Just give me
can live
something.
now.
Amazon, give me the Invincible release date. I need it. Please. Show me the new Batman game. Show me the new Batman game.
I would be
Okay,
down
okay.
for a new Batman game right now. Oh my gosh.
I need something right
Guess
now.
what? We're offering it digital only for $49.99. I'd be like, oh.
I know, like, seriously, I feel like games need to just be like, hey, here they are.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna
We're not
up-
delaying anymore.
no delay. Here you go.
No disc.
Yep. Here you go.
Nobody uses those anymore anyway.
Yeah. And
If they did, Riley, I would be spending a lot of time over here.
it makes me think, though, like, with the coronavirus and stuff, I'm like, are games going to get delayed?
I mean, unless they do what I suggested, yeah, they will be. Because you have to think about the whole disc production and stuff.
Oh, that's true.
But and especially if they're in development right now, like people aren't going to work on these games
to get gold, yeah.
So that impacts it some.
Scary
Depends
times.
on how far along in the process they are.
Yeah.
Hopefully Cyberpunk doesn't get delayed again.
Cyberpunk.
I'm so
You're breathtaking.
What country are they in?
Poland, I believe.
Nice.
Poland's fine.
Yeah, they're peaceful.
Right.
You know.
Somebody's gonna comment. Fucking Poland's had 5,000 people die.
I don't think it was Poland. It might be someone else. Allow me.
Sensitive.
And sensitive.
Sorry, we're not very well informed on Poland.
It might
We
not
don't
be,
hate Poland.
It might not be Poland. Let me look.
We don't hate Poland.
I love Poland.
Uh-oh.
Where is CD
CDPR?
Projekt Red? Anyways, that was the ChimiComics cast.
Wait, no,
I
no,
will
no.
give it an update. I know you will. But
But
that
you know
was
we
the
haven't done
ChimiComics
it.
It is
Wow.
Poland.
cast. What?
Warsaw.
A trivia?
Yeah, we haven't done a trivia in a while. It's okay. I do have that Spider-Man trivia book that I still have not
Why? Yeah.
broken
What?
out.
We haven't done trivia in a long time. And
I
you've been
know.
sitting
I
on
keep
this gold
forgetting.
mine.
I keep forgetting.
Since I'm the Spider-Man guy, I'll sit in the middle and I'll ask you the Spider-Man
Okay, we'll
questions.
pause it.
All right.
Riley's gonna get a trivia book. All right, he's got the book.
All right, so I've got the unofficial Spider-Man Trivia Challenge that I bought for $5 one time.
Can't believe you wasted $5 on
Well, I
something
love
unofficial.
Spider-Man. I know, right? It's only $5, jeez. Okay. Let's see.
First to 5.
Tanner.
We can't answer the same question though.
How
we
about-
can't answer the same question.
How about I ask 10 questions and whoever gets the most?
Okay, yeah, that
Just
works.
because I feel like you guys aren't going to
Yeah,
know
well,
all
like
of these.
if one of us says one of them, then we'll
in
know.
before we get 5-5.
All right.
We need like boards that we can write on. Like, hold up.
No, we'll be fine.
Where are the answers? I need to know that. Hold on.
I just saw that one of the answers was Barack Obama, and that makes me happy.
Oh, apparently it's at the end.
Give
of
us
the
some
chapter.
Spider-Man film ones.
Okay.
Go to the Spider-Man film ones. There is a film section, correct?
I thought I saw
I thought I did too.
at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Spider-Man
That's-
miscellaneous.
This is miscellaneous. Hold on.
Miscellaneous.
All right. You asked for a specific one. I will try.
I will try.
Dailies, comics, and books.
Is there not like a
an index?
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna flip through the entire thing.
It doesn't take long. This one's about villains, I think. Yeah, the villains. That would be okay. You don't know your comics?
not really?
Tanner, you're gonna win. Just,
I don't
Exactly.
know anything.
The web slinger himself. I feel like that would be
okay, yeah.
film, TV, and video games. 145, chapter 6.
All right, let's
We'll
do
start
that.
with the movies.
Yeah, no, we'll do the video games too.
Start with the movie
I
section.
don't have a PS4, Tanner.
It don't matter. What year did this come out?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a good point.
No, the PS5 game is not here.
PS4.
Well, yeah, sorry.
It came out what 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's not in here.
Insane.
I've had this book
2 years ago, I played that Spider-Man game and platinumed it. Holy shit balls!
All right, so we get to the end where the answers are. Sorry. Okay.
If they're multiple choice,
Okay, this is interesting. I like this.
I got you.
Why did director Sam Raimi give Peter Parker organic webbing in the film rather than have him invent web shooters? And I do have some choices here. All right. So number 1.
Can I guess real quick?
Okay.
I still want to be able to give the answer, but
Okay.
isn't it because he didn't want Spider-Man wasting his time and having to refill web shooters? It just made it easier.
Not quite, but that is a good
The
answer.
gist of it.
No, it's
Okay,
not.
whatever.
But it's
Well,
a
give me
good
the
answer.
choices.
All right. So number 1, he always thought Spider-Man's webs were one of his powers, and when he learned about them, he thought the web shooters were silly.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, high school kid coming up with this bit.
All right. He had read Spider-Man Noir and enjoyed its version of Spidey having organic webs.
Okay.
I have read Spider-Man Noir, and it's very good. The production team could not come up with web shooters that looked functional, but could also fit underneath his clothes.
Okay.
Or he believed that if the audience saw that Peter Parker was bright enough to make something as complex as web fluid and web shooters, then it would make him seem too intelligent and less easy to relate to as a character.
I'm gonna say D.
I'm saying C.
Okay, Wyatt is correct. That's a
Damn.
point for Wyatt.
Hey.
Good job, Wyatt.
If you just ask multiple choice questions.
Apparently, nerdy Peter Parker would have been too smart for the general public. But
Whatever.
I feel like Tanner would know this. Maybe. All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Pick it too high,
These are matching. Okay? Match the actor with the TV show in which he played Spider-Man.
Oh, hell. Let me see.
All right. So we got Ted Schwartz.
Neil Patrick Harris is Spider-Man, the new animated series. Christopher Daniel Barnes is Spider-Man, the animated series.
I'm just gonna let Tanner do this, and I have no idea.
Actually, those are the only two I know. I don't know
Okay.
Spider-Man, the Amazing Friends. I don't know Spider-Man. I don't know
So you
Spider-Man.
said B
Unlimited.
was 3. Yep. And you said
Christopher Daniel Barnes
D
is
was
6.
6.
Would you be looking at the answers?
Well, you didn't know any of them, so that's a point to Tanner. I need a tally here.
Like
You
if
have a
it
pen?
if it did some of the newer ones, like Drake Bell, he's on the Ultimate Spider-Man, and you know,
Which I'm in the
Things.
minority, but I think it's an okay show.
terrible show.
It's not terrible.
Spectacular Spider-Man's probably the best one.
It's probably the most overrated. Just saying.
Riley-
The art style is not good.
I've noticed this. Tanner and Riley have differentiating opinions about everything, and I'm usually the swing vote.
But me and Riley, the best part about me and Riley having differing opinions is that we respect each other's opinions.
Yeah.
Like we don't hate on it.
I don't
We just
think
say-
Spectacular is trash.
No.
like,
Like I respect Riley's opinion. It's just not for me. I don't like Family Guy Spider-Man.
oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So the original Spider-Man movie, 2002.
Okay.
Which 2 actors lent their voices for the game?
The first one?
Mm-hmm.
2 guesses. Two
There
actors,
are
right?
2, yes.
Okay. Tobey Maguire and the Goblin, whatever his name is, I can't think of it right now.
This is your chance to steal.
No, you cannot steal that.
Sure you can.
Well, man,
I just
was
gave
gonna
him
say
the 2
I was
questions.
gonna say Tobey Maguire.
do you
'cause, I
know
mean,
his
that's-
name?
No.
Oh, my.
Is that who it is, though?
Yes.
I knew it was.
Willem Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
Yeah, that
I got
guy.
that too. 2 points, Tanner.
Okay. Here's a spectacular question. Do you know what the name of the formula was that gave the Green Goblin his powers in that show?
In which one?
Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, fuck. Nope.
I don't know.
It's very silly.
Is it?
Yes. It's
Um,
ridiculous.
Reptile DNA.
No.
Green.
Globulin green.
Globulin green. Since I got
Oh,
part
they
of it,
gave
do I
who?
get a point?
The Green Goblin has powers. They call it globulin green.
Dude, I don't know.
Since
why-
I said green,
in my
do I get a
head,
point?
I heard lizard. I don't know why I heard lizard. And that's why I said reptilian.
Oh. Oh, well.
Since I said green,
That was
do I
all
get a
in my
point?
head. I could have gotten that. I
Okay.
don't know why.
I got half of it. Can I get a point?
No.
Well, Tanner got
What,
some.
what
he
are we
didn't
like,
get
2 to
off.
1?
You couldn't name
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you couldn't name one. He did have that one.
Got any video game questions in there?
Yeah. Well, I asked you a video game question.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Let's go with alternate timelines and universes. That'll be fun. Do you guys know anything about other Spider-Man?
Yeah, it's calling me.
Probably not. But I mean, let's go ahead and do it anyway.
Okay. In a possible future, in the year 2099, Miguel O'Hara becomes his era Spider-Man due to a research project intended to create soldiers with Peter Parker's abilities. True or false?
Now, what is this?
In the 2099 universe.
Sure, true.
I'm gonna say false.
I'm pretty sure that's false. I don't. No, it's definitely false.
Yeah, I didn't think that Spider-Man would, as a comic, would
It
have
says
something like
it
that.
says true,
Yeah, bitch. 3.
though he never intended to give
I
those.
played a
powers to
5 when I
himself.
played a 10.
But that's not actually what happened though. He did have spider powers, but it wasn't like connected to Spider-Man.
What's the book say?
It's unofficial. Just saying.
I think Riley gets to make the call here. And since
I did read the book.
Yeah, but the book clearly says.
But I read the book that's mentioned in this book.
3.
No.
You remember that? 2. You remember that Seinfeld episode where George says "moop"? Because it wasn't the moops. It's an error on the card.
Oh.
And he's like, it says moops.
I don't know. I don't feel like you guys are gonna get these alternate ones. I'm just gonna go basic
yeah,
Spider-Man
please.
questions. Okay. Number 13. Oh, that's dumb. Who does Spider-Man sell his photos to?
The Daily
Maybe-
Bugle.
I don't know. Do you guys know who Richard and Mary Parker worked for? SHIELD, MI6, the Strategic Scientific Reserve, or the CIA? I think I know
It's
this.
the CIA, isn't it?
Why? Do you have a guess?
Or is it S.H.I.E.L.D.? I mean, it changes on the movies.
That's true. It is confusing.
In the amazing Spider-Man movies, it was like strategic service, I'm pretty sure.
But this is comics.
I know. So,
I did know this.
Did you?
I did.
since
Just like to confirm.
it won't matter if
I have no idea.
I guess after Tanner, I'll say strategic service.
I'll just say S.H.I.E.L.D.
It was the CIA.
Okay. I had it right
no,
the first
it's
time.
Yeah.
And that's
dare
why
I
I didn't
change it?
pick that one.
Do you guys know Flash Thompson's real name? Because I do.
I don't.
Gordon?
Richard.
Gordon. Flash Gordon.
Richard.
That's
Flash.
that's just what I thought of.
Oh.
What's Flash's real name?
His name is Eugene, guys.
Eugene.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Got that wrong. Can we talk about Spider-Man and his radioactive semen now?
Oh, please don't.
How about that time that Gwen Stacy fathered Norman Osborn's children, and they were twins who hated Spider-Man?
I have a question for you guys. Do you remember what villain Spider-Man fought whenever he grew those extra arms?
No.
This is a you question.
I don't remember reading something where he grew extra.
No, you wouldn't have read it.
Then why you asking it?
Because it didn't only show up in comics.
I have no
They
idea.
they did this story in the show.
Punisher.
No.
You said a villain?
He's an anti-hero, Tanner.
I know.
Jeez.
He's like Vegeta.
It was Morbius.
Okay, that was my next question.
Felicia.
I was thinking, who was in that Marvel Ultimate Alliance DLC? Who was a Marvel Knight I could name here?
Question 31. Oh! Do you know where, Okay. What event did Spider-Man get the black costume from? Do you know?
What do you mean, what event?
The comic event. That's where he got it.
Secret Wars?
You are right. It was the Secret Wars. Do you know what the name of the planet was that it was on?
Nope.
Symbiosis.
Symbiosis.
We reviewed this. I knew it was from Secret Wars, but Tanner beat
It's
it.
called Battle World.
Battle World.
It was a very silly event where it was basically like, hey, these action figures will fight these action
back
figures.
to the movies.
And they will make money.
You will make money.
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 Come on. You got that one right. That was like, what, 4-2
Yeah,
now?
I'm fine doing
We're
this.
just playing to 5. Give me one more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I want to
Oh.
ask, I'll find something for you. I'll just ask Al too. And then we can be done.
Not done.
Yeah, you guys won't know that. Let me get a different category. Let's go villains.
Okay.
Chapter 3. I'm having fun.
So did... What's his name? God, I can't think of it. Craven the Hunter kill himself. Yes.
Yes. How?
With
Well-
a shotgun.
Okay. I think it was actually a rifle, but close enough.
Hey, Kurt Cobain.
Oh, okay. Do you guys know what costumed enemy Spider-Man faced off against in this first issue? Number 1. Or alternatively, I will give you another choice. There are 2 stories in that book. What?
Is this a well-known costume villain?
Yeah. What was the other story in that book, if you can think of that? So there's 2 stories.
I'm gonna say the villain was Green Goblin for the first one.
No.
No.
You know, I don't know.
I know.
He's costumed. All right, thanks for letting me know it's a he. Okay, let's see here.
I mean, duh.
Was it?
He didn't fight a woman for I don't know how long before
Was-
they introduced
it
It wasn't
lizard,
culturally
was it?
acceptable.
No, it was not the lizard.
Was it Rhino?
It was the chameleon.
Fuck.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
I don't even know who the chameleon is.
What?
He can change his face.
Oh my gosh. Okay, do you know what other hero he met in the book? In the other story? Because it's on the cover.
What was the other story?
Captain America,
No.
What was
Iron Man.
He ends up in the
Mission Impossible?
in the Baxter building.
Yeah, Impossible.
What?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Mission
What are you saying?
Impossible.
I said impossible
He
because
got confused with the Kim Possible universe.
no.
Impossible.
I got confused in the Venture Bros. There's a parody of Fantastic Four, and his name is Doctor Impossible. So I just got a little bit confused there. He's struggling with the divorce.
All right, come on.
I'm trying. Oh, do you know who? You know Liz Allen, right?
Yeah.
The girl that he went
I
to high
legit
school
only
with her.
know her from Spectacular Spider.
Do you know what supervillain her brother was? Because I did know this.
Can you give us some options? Just give us 5 random villains
Okay.
or 4 random villains.
The Tinkerer,
Okay. Or
the Lizard,
or
the Molten Man,
or
or Dr. Octopus.
Okay, I'm gonna say the Tinkerer because you did that one first and no hesitation at all.
No, it was the Molten Man.
Are you kidding me?
That's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it was the
No, it
Molten Man.
wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Well, you didn't.
Because her brother was a super huge guy in the Spectacular Spider-Man, so I just assumed. I was waiting until you named a big character.
I was just thinking, looking at his eyes and how he looked around looking for body language, and he was thinking really long and hard on all of these. I was like, well, he didn't think on the
I knew
Tinkerer.
that one. Awesome. Now you guys won't get it.
Wait, give us that one.
What, this one?
No, the last one.
Which one? Oh. Although he was never given a nickname in the comics, Uncle Ben's killer did have
Oh
one.
shit, it
in
was
Spider-Man
Sandman, but I
3.
can't think of his name.
What was he called?
It was Sandman, but what was his name? Frank? I can't think of his name.
Dennis Carradine. That's the other guy, right?
Yeah, that was the other guy.
Whatever.
They did say
Let's
his
see
name
if
in
I can-
Spider-Man 3.
See. What is that? Question is that?
Anyways, we'll just say that one. Thank you guys for watching the ChimiComicsCast. I
You were
hope you
supposed to ask
enjoyed
me
this
some
episode.
questions.
I will ask you some questions. We can
Jeez.
do it off of this.
Jeez.
Do you want me to ask you to?
Ask me some questions.
Okay, I want to ask these guys some questions.
Random
My gosh,
page.
they're
Random
gonna be like,
page.
damn, you can use. All right.
It's hard to pick out which ones you guys would reasonably know.
Are you ready for this
I
one? You
wonder
should be
who's
able to
gonna
get
win
one.
this bout of.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I will-
right.
You should be able to get this. What video game featured the voices of not one, but 4 actors who had previously played Spider-Man in various cartoon shows? A. Spider-Man Web of Realities. B. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. C. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Or D. Spider-Man Edge of Time.
I would say Shattered Dimensions. That has the most.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Thought it was an easy one.
I love
no
that
idea.
game, by the way. It's got the original Spider-Man. It's got Black Suit Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, and 2099, and you get missions for all 4 of them. It's a really good game.
What's it for? Like, when did it come out?
Oh, it came out like back in the 360 era.
Okay.
So
Last gen.
see, it's not easy. Give me a comic question.
Okay. This is a good one.
Okay.
one. In the movie Spider-Man 2, Dr. Octopus decides to interrogate Peter Parker about Spider-Man's whereabouts.
Yeah.
And the question?
Despite this desire for information, what does Doc Ock inexplicably do as soon as he finds Peter? Please get this. Please get. I know.
As soon as he finds Peter.
Let me make sure I got. Where's the answer page?
That's at the end of the chapter.
Okay, what chapter is this?
What does Doc Ock do when he finds Peter?
Yes, he's going to go interrogate Peter to find Spider-Man's whereabouts.
Right.
I would
Shoot.
say wrap
Do you
him.
not know?
No,
I would
gotta
say
think.
wrap him up in tentacles.
It's in Spider-Man 2, the movie.
The way it's phrased, though, is confusing.
No, it's not.
It is.
When he finds Peter, what does he do?
He's looking for Spider-Man.
Does he flirt with Aunt May?
I thought he sent, oh, don't hurt Peter! He... Shoot. What did he do? He tells him about how to woo women with poetry, right?
Yeah, he flirts. He flirts with Aunt May.
Thought that would be funny.
So I'm pretty sure, chapter 6.
It's at the end of the chapter. What are you?
Yeah, it's at the end of each chapter.
the end of each chapter.
I said that.
Where is it? Where's the answer?
Oh my goodness, Taylor.
Yeah, okay.
Is it that ridiculous?
Yes, I can't believe this is it was in all the trailers. Legit, every trailer had this scene.
This is so obvious I'm not going to get it.
I said suspend him by tentacles.
No, that is not the answer.
Well, I mean that's obvious.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. He's Doc Ock.
I just told you that it was in all the trailers. Y'all still didn't get it. He throws a freaking car at him. Remember he's sitting down with Mary Jane?
Oh.
And he just throws a car through the window.
Just for no reason? Where's Spider-Man?
He just throws a car. And Spider-Man grabs her and flips back. Iconic scene.
I didn't think about that.
Aw.
But that does make no sense. That's funny. Did you get it, though?
Yes.
Like, you knew that?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Throws a car at him.
All right. All right.
I'm sorry.
Where's Spider-Man?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Funny.
Spider-Man, the animated series, was the first adaptation to depict Peter and Mary Jane having known each other since childhood rather than meeting until college. Than not meeting until college.
Is this true or false?
Yes.
I would
False.
say true. Did they know each other?
Would you
Oh,
say
the
what?
I said
first.
false.
Alright. Wyatt got it.
False?
I beat Riley in a Spider-Man
Did they
question.
do it at all?
They, first adaptation pictures knowing each other childhood rather than not meeting in college. So that was false. So apparently they just met in college.
Okay. Well, I know the
Yeah.
the movie did that. They went to high school together.
Yeah.
I beat Riley in a Spider-Man question.
The show starts in college, so it's not really that clear.
I've never watched the show.
I feel sorry for you. That literally is the best exposure to Spider-Man you could ever.
All right, y'all
have.
ready for this one?
No.
I know this one.
Okay.
In Spider-Man the Animated Series, the group known as the Sinister Six was renamed because Sinister was deemed too violent for young audiences. What was the group called instead? Let me make sure I was right.
But it is still 6.
I believe so, if I'm thinking of the right.
Yes,
I know
thought
that.
the episodes
I
were
know it.
called Revenge of the Sinister Six or something. Were they not?
No, it was different. I remember because when I was a kid, I was shocked by it. I was like, why are they calling them that?
I don't know this.
Really?
I remember it. I remember seeing the
Is it an
commercials
S?
for it.
No.
It's not.
Nope.
I can't
Doesn't
think of
even
it,
make
but I mean,
sense.
I do vaguely remember.
It was the Insidious.
Insidious.
Oh no, I did not know that at all. Did not know that.
I remember the commercials.
Let's see.
He only likes the movies and stuff.
I know, that's where I'm at. Okay. Oh.
Dude, we still gotta record a Superman review.
Well, let's not.
We
Okay,
can take
are
a break
done.
and eat.
We are done.
Okay.
Thank you for watching the ChimiComicsCast. I hope you enjoyed our Spider-Man Trivia Challenge. I hope
Apparently,
you
I
enjoyed
don't know as much as
all
I thought
episodes.
I don't know Jack.
Please keep watching. I don't know if we'll have an episode next month because
We may be
we're
dead.
all going to be in quarantine. So,
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed this
We
episode.
might try to do a Google Hangout type thing.
Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Wyatt, me and you still need to do Chimiculture at some point.
Yep.
So we'll do that through
guys do
Zoom or
another one?
something.
Yep.
So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, guys.